Hi, this is Nathaniel Moore, and I wanted to talk to you about something that's pretty personal, because there is a time in all of our lives where we will have a dream of something that we want to do, be, or have that just kind of almost seems to form on its own. And when that happens, what we traditionally do is we fantasize about it, we dream about it, and then there's a natural progression unconsciously, I think, to make a plan to because this dream wants to get out. So the natural step is to make a plan. So we start to make that plan, and of course the next most natural step is to start to walk out that plan. Now somewhere along that plan, depending upon where we are developed in our skill levels that are in relationship to that idea or that goal, well, somewhere along those action steps, we will get to a place that is physically, psychologically, and emotionally very uncomfortable. And when we get to that place, it could be because we have to, become a little bit smarter and overcome certain challenges. Maybe we have to develop a new skill that we didn't presently think that we could develop, or maybe we have to establish a new belief system around ourselves in order just to move through something that's rather challenging. No matter what the circumstances are, usually this uncomfortable feeling takes place when we're not quite sure if we can achieve a certain result or get through a certain action step along that plan. A lot of the times we're afraid that if we walk that out, that we're going to fail and we're going to be perceived as failures and maybe prove to ourselves that we couldn't accomplish it. Whatever that goal was. So when we're in the middle of that very uncomfortable space, we have the amazing opportunity to take one of three paths. And that first path that the majority take is, of course, the path of just giving up. Traditionally, when this takes place, we blame our external circumstances. Maybe we're too old, maybe we're too young, maybe we don't have the right funding, maybe we don't have the skill set, or we're undereducated, or whatever our personal life story is. But we just acknowledge the fact that we can't do it because we just don't want to face the uncomfortable evolutionary process that we have to engage in order to achieve the results that we want. That's traditionally that's the first path and the most traveled. The second path is for a lot of us that don't see ourselves as quitters, but we're not ready to go down the emotional experience of stepping outside of our comfort zone. So what a lot of us will do is we might make excuses. Really, we might artfully procrastinate that action step. So we might wait. We might decide that we're going to wait to take that action step when everything is perfect, right? When whatever that is that we need to make that perfect is perfect. And the truth is that it's never perfect. And so what happens a lot of the times, unfortunately, is people live their whole lives waiting for that one thing to be perfect. And since it never is, they end up on that first path as well of just, acknowledging that it's not going to happen and that their external circumstances are the reason for that. Now, then there's the third path. And the great thing about the third path is if you've been on these first two paths, at any moment you can step onto the third because we're in process. So we are a reflection of what we're doing, not of what we've done. So taking that into consideration, the third path is basically, acknowledging our fears. It's accepting our potential, and it's taking action and moving forward. And so if we do that step by step, acknowledge our fears, accept the vastness of our potential, and we take a step forward, what we notice is that we can turn around, maybe a week, maybe a month, maybe 2 to 5 years from now, we can turn around and we can see this extraordinary evolutionary process that we went through, and now we have arrived at this idea that just seemed like a dream not that long ago, right? So I want to encourage you to stay on the third path, and if you're on one of the first two, that as long as you're breathing, you can step onto the third path. And I want you also to remember that everyone here at GuaranteedProfit.com is here to help you along that path. So if there's anything that we can do for you, or if you have any questions about your business in general or your own personal or professional development, I want you to just ask us here at GuaranteedProfit.com. And other than that, have a really great day, and we'll talk to you soon.